In workout 21, we are using one kettlebell to put the central nervous system into overdrive as we challenge it with a kettlebell flow drill programmed to increase explosive core to extremity power, metabolic capacity, and give you that fighter's physique. Hey Punch Fitters, my name is Chris Hunter, and if you're new to our channel, we cover everything relating to combat sport fitness that includes workouts for all fitness level, tutorials, and product reviews. So start now by subscribing to our channel and click on the bell so you don't miss a single video. If you've been following along, you know this is the fourth installment on a kettlebell series of workouts. In the first 3 videos, Aneta led us through a beginner to intermediate kettlebell workout, and today you'll be working with me as we complete a more advanced kettlebell flow. Before starting this workout, be sure to do complete body warm-up. Here are the movement standards and your workout for today. We will be working in the MMA time modality that goes for 5 rounds. Each round is 5 minutes long with a 1-minute break. Starting with the kettlebell swing, use a loose but secure grip as you hike the kettlebell back high and inside the thighs. Since this is a hip-dominant movement, your knees remain stacked over your ankles throughout the entire movement, forcing your butt back, activating the muscles in the posterior chain. Snap your hips forward quickly so that all 5 kinetic chain points are in alignment, and avoid the shoulders going past the hips, causing the back to arch. At the apex of the swing, transition from one hand to the other and drive the kettlebell back between the thighs. Continue to do this without stopping for 30 seconds. Next, without taking a pause, add the clean to the end of each swing. For this move, adjust your grip slightly by rotating the hand so that the thumb is pointing behind you when the kettlebell is in between the thighs. As you swing up, drive the elbow to the front of the ribs while rotating the wrist so that the kettlebell softly lands on your forearm in the rack position. Complete another swing and transition the kettlebell to the other side, repeating this movement without a break for 40 seconds. Once the alarm goes off, continue with the swing and clean, and then without stopping, add a push press to the flow. Once the kettlebell lands in the rack position, take a slight dip in the knees and drive the weight above your head. Control the descent back down and go right into another swing. Transition the kettlebell to the other hand and repeat for 50 seconds. On the alarm, add the final movement to the kettlebell flow, a reverse lunge after the push press. With your arms fully extended and the kettlebell above your head, adjust your feet so that they're under your hips. Keep your hand in alignment with your shoulder stacked over your hips. Brace your core and complete a reverse lunge. Stand back up, widen your stance so that your feet are now shoulder width apart. Return the kettlebell to the rack position and complete another swing transition to the other side. Continue without taking a break for a full minute. Next up is shadow boxing. Place a kettlebell on the ground and use the weight as a reference point for your opponent. For 2 minutes, push yourself hard, throwing constant strikes. Avoid being hit and defend against takedowns. For every combination, add head movement and or move out of striking range. Add in combos, slips, bob and weave, elbows, knees, sprawls, buck, trap and roll, ground and pound. Just get creative and keep moving. By the end of the round, you should be exhausted and need to use every minute of the break to recover before completing the next 4 rounds. All right, enough talk. Follow along with me for the first round and let's get fit. All right, we're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1. Hike the weight high inside the hips and explode up, snapping the hips forward, keeping the back straight throughout the entire movement. Generate enough momentum so that the bottom of the kettlebell stays in alignment with your fist throughout the entire movement. This will ensure the weight hangs in the air for a few seconds so that you can make a smooth transition to the other hand at the top of the swing. I also like to give the handle a slight tug to stop the kettlebell from traveling forward. Without stopping, add the clean in 3, 2, 1. The swing clean is an excellent movement for building core to extremity power and building that lean fighter's physique. Some common mistakes I see cause discomfort or worse, injury to the forearm and shoulder due to poor form. If you are experiencing these issues, here are some quick fixes that will help. Loosen the grip so the kettlebell can roll around the wrist. Don't allow the weight to travel too far in front of you. Instead, get the elbow to your ribs as quickly as possible. Keep the elbows in front of the ribs and the hands tight to the body so you don't allow them to go past the ribs outside the shoulder. Next, add the push press to the flow without stopping in 3, 2, 1. Once the kettlebell lands in the rack position, pause, then slightly bend at the knees, snap your legs straight, and going with the momentum, punch the weight to the ceiling. When driving the kettlebell up, keep the elbows from flaring out and rotate the wrist again so that the kettlebell is behind you. Complete a transition swing and pass off the kettlebell to the other hand and repeat the flow on the other side. Just like a fighter in the octagon, there are no breaks and your body is constantly being tested. This workout is no different. The kettlebell is being used to fatigue all major muscle groups, build stamina, agility, and endurance. Push yourself outside your comfort zone so that your body is forced to adapt to the stressors you are putting on it. Get ready to add the reverse lunge in 3, 2, 1. With the kettlebell overhead, keep the hand in alignment with the shoulder and the shoulder stacked over the hips. The leg that goes back will be determined by your confidence, strength, and balance. By sending the leg back on the same side as the kettlebell, your coordination will be challenged as the body wants to collapse, igniting the core and making it work in overdrive. If this is too much of a challenge right now, keep the foot that is on the same side as the kettlebell stationary and send the other leg back for more stability. Regardless of which version you use, slow the movement down to avoid injury and ensure you are using the correct muscle groups. If this movement is still a challenge, try to bring the kettlebell back to the rack position and perform a squat followed by a swing transition and repeat on the other side. Get ready to put the kettlebell down, and we're going to go right into shadow boxing in 3, 2, 1. This is it. You have 2 minutes to win or lose this round. Get into your fighting stance, bringing your left foot forward for right-handed strikers with your feet shoulder width apart. Footwork is everything to be an effective striker and evade being hit. Lift the front foot in the direction you want to go and push off with the opposite foot. For example, if you want to move forward, lift the front foot and push off with the rear foot. Elbows are protecting the ribs, chin is tucked, protecting your throat, and hands are up, protecting your jaw. Use the kettlebell as a reference point for an opponent to move in and out from. When you throw straight punches, keep those elbows parallel to the ground with the wrist snapping out at the last second as the punch develops, bringing the shoulder up to protect your jaw. Imagine making contact with the first 2 knuckles, driving your fist to the back of your opponent's skull. On your hooks, lock out the shoulder, keeping the elbow bent and arm at 90 degrees. After every combination, add head movement, defend against strikes, cut angles, move in and out of striking range. Without making contact with the kettlebell, add in some ground and pound so your opponent can't get up. Add uppercuts, body shots, knees, and sprawls. Slip, bob and weave to avoid being hit. If you are doing this right, your body is screaming at you to quit, but you can't. If you let your guard down for even a second, you will lose. Stay in the fight. Just keep moving. Be relentless. Don't give your opponent any time to catch his breath. I know you're exhausted, but don't drop those hands. You are so close to winning this. Once this round is over, rest for 1 minute and then complete 4 more 5-minute rounds with a 1-minute break in between. You're done in 3, 2, 1.
Nice done, babe.
That was tough. And that was workout 21. If you like that workout, be sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and
Until next time.
I'll add it in later. I'm too tired. Very difficult to do these videos sometimes because while I'm doing the videos, Aneta is training for her NPC competition, bikini competition. So while I'm staring at the camera, right over the camera, this is what I have to look at. So here's some behind the scenes of Punch Fit. We're gonna have a lot of cool videos coming up as Aneta gets closer to her May 9th competition. So we'd love to have the Punch Fitters be a part of that. So anyways, just a little behind the scenes.